Hello everybody. Welcome to another beautiful day. It's beautiful here. I admit, I don't know what it looks like where you're at. But I hope it's beautiful. I hope you're happy. I hope life is good. I hope you're doing something meaningful with your life. And I hope that somebody loves you and that you're able to tell them that you love them back. Welcome to another stream. This is my channel, Coding Things IRL. I call it Coding Things IRL because that is what I do. I code things IRL. Today, we are IRL, in real life. Same place we were yesterday. Still coding. Still employed. Have not officially been replaced by AI yet. Though, I'm still waiting. Guys, make some noise in the chat if you're here. Make some noise in the chat if you're not here. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I have my Discord server, and the link is up in Twitch, and it is going up in YouTube right now. Beatsmaker is not here. Not in the house. Out of the house, in the yard, in fact. What's up, Beatsmaker? Thank you for joining. Thanks everybody for joining. Don't forget to join up on the Discord if you haven't already. I wouldn't say tell your friends about it yet. Not quite big enough to tell your friends about it. I say let them come organically first, and then it'll be obvious. Today I received some good news. Something that I knew was going to happen, and then it happened. And I'm excited to share that good news with you, my subscribers and followers, in the future. I will share it in the coming days, and you guys are going to love this news because it involves we're going to be doing something different on the stream based on this news. I'm excited to tell you about it, but I want to put it in the right package. I want to put a nice little bow on it, and then I want to give it to you on the right day. You won't know what day, but there will be a day when you receive a nice package with a nice bow on it and you say, "Oh, Adam, thank you." But for now, you'll just have to wait and see. Beatsmaker, you love my streams. Thank you so much, bro. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to put a lot more into it now, and we'll see what happens. Morph and grow it every day and just see what kind of new things we can throw in. I got the Discord server. Not a lot going on there right now. We got community help. If you need community help, you can go there and post on community help. No post there yet. We only got 4 or 5 people. 2 of them are me. One of them is my wife. So, yeah. exciting stuff. We're getting started with it, and with this new stuff on the horizon, I can't wait to do it. But there's a problem. Let me turn down the music. I'm excited for what's going to happen in the future, but there's a problem right now. There's a problem. Keep the grind. Thank you so much. I will. I can't stop. I literally can't stop. There is a problem, even though things are good. There's a problem, and that problem is we're still working on this brite project, and I love this project. And we're so close to having the main objectives complete that I can taste it. I can taste it. It's right there. And if I haven't already shared them with you, here are the main objectives with the brite project. So these are the brite project main objectives. Objective 1. We want to make nice user experience. That is a must for me. If I'm going to go there and I'm going to use this game program, I'm going to call it a game. If I'm going to use this game, I'm going to want it to feel good. I'm going to want to come away from that feeling good. And if I do, more likely to tell my friends about it. I'm more likely to come back and use it myself. I'm more likely to do what we're going to talk about in this next number 2 objective, and that is share my experience. So let's talk about it. The second objective that I must accomplish is to make shareable links. And what I want is for somebody to be able to click a button, they get a link, and then that link they can take to their Facebook page or their Twitter or whatever have you, and they can put that on there. And instead of it being a JPEG that's just going to just take them nowhere, it's going to take them to my brite website. It's going to look the value up that's encoded in the link in the database up, and then get the data for where the brite pieces are, and then be able to render that on the fly. That will make it to where people have to come back to the same website, and it should do wonders for user retention, and it should do wonders for search engine optimization. So that's the plan. Now I'm going to leave this text here as is. Actually, you know what? This would be a great time for me to post this in our Discord server. So I have 2 accounts. One is called Adam D Daddy, and the other one is Coding Things IRL. The server is Coding Things IRL, and so we don't really have a place for this. This will be part of my dev log. So I'm just going to begin writing that. Brite project main objectives. 1, user nice experience. 2, shareable links. And I think that's really it. I think that we can pare whatever remaining objectives down into basically subsets of those 2 things. Unless somebody can think of something else. So what I'm doing right now, what I've been doing on stream with this project up until this point is, by the way, go to my Discord, Coding Things IRL. I posted the link in the chat, both on Twitch and YouTube. Check it out. Join up today. And everything that I've been doing in stream so far has been dedicated to those steps, even though I might have strayed a couple of times. The most recent thing that we've been doing is trying to make a Control Z undo history, which is a great user experience thing, but it also lends itself to being able to build the data set on the fly, because if we can iterate through this, then we can reliably generate this from an array that we could potentially store as a JSON object in a database. Mouthful, but all that to say that we're going to continue with the Control Z because it wasn't exactly working for some reason. It looked like it was almost there. Alright guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you tune in, subscribe, follow on Twitch, all that stuff. We need you guys to help out so we can get to the top. Alright, let's go. So, here we are. And it should be, we have a little Control Z there. It does something. Right now, it's not doing much though. Let's see, do we have any errors? Maybe we got one error. But that's not related. Alright, let's make a bigger shape with more pegs on it. Let's see. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining. Alright. So, there's that. So I'd say that that is doing almost the right job. Let's see. Seems like it needs to reach back one more on the state history. And if that's the case, then this needs to be greater than 2 for it to work and not error out. And then down here we'll very crudely call pop twice. Possibly even 3 times. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. We could select it by the UUID. It's probably a good ID. Idea. Probably a good idea. Alright. So there we go. Okay. Not quite what I expected. I'll be honest. Any errors? No. So that's not right. I'd say we're never even getting there though, because we don't even have 3 items. Let's try that. Because it fires every time we click once. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that does work. Not reliably though. I'd say pop pop we need, but I think maybe we can get away with 1 on this to get the second to last record for the restore one, because one of them is going to be an is preview. Matter of fact, none of them should be is preview. I haven't quite figured that out, but anyway, it would probably be good to look into that a little further. It's just, I want to guess and get it right. You know what I mean? I just want to guess and get it right. If I can guess and get it right, then I can just save all this time, but sometimes you waste a lot of time trying to guess, and you never end up getting it. But sometimes you get it. That's pretty close. Oh geez, broke it there. That's not good. Chalk that up to a loss, though. Alright, so what exactly is the undo doing? So it calls handle main, and then after that it calls pop pop on the state history. I'm thinking we need pop pop to happen before that, because in handle main we're pushing to the state history. So if we call pop pop, then we're probably not pop popping the right thing. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think. That could be it. Let's see. Pop, 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 pop. Colors are so pretty. No, that's not right. See? Not really pop popping the right thing. Not pop popping anything anymore somehow. Now we're just, yeah. So pop pop afterwards, that's right? No. Maybe we only need one pop if it's before. Because if we're adding one intermittently, now we have to take away two. See what I mean? See what I mean? I don't want to make the radius that big. I gotta do something about the circles. All I'm doing is taking away the last one. Nah. Let's bring back the pop pop. So we go pop pop handle. Or handle pop pop is what it was. Handle pop pop. And then that looked kind of like, except for the fact that it wasn't refreshing, it looked pretty much like it was working. Like Control Z, wiggle wiggle, and they start going away in the order that I put them in. Watch. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Except for this, but that's again the handle main happening in the wrong spot. Let's see. Or maybe it's not. Maybe that's something else entirely, actually. Maybe it's the fact that we're pulling the wrong thing here. Maybe this just needs to be -2. Maybe. I don't know. I also moved the pop-pops. I shouldn't have done that. You should really only change 2 things, or 1 thing at a time. I don't think that was right. Let me check that again. Yep, that's right, except for that guy. What's going on with that guy? Why is that guy still there? Who are you? Prev state. Okay, so this must be the pegs that are in prev state. Do we care? If I just fudge this out. I'm just wondering, do we even care if they're not in the prev state thing that we're saving there? We do, because now look, it's doing all of them except for the first one. Wait, is that the first one? I didn't really pay attention to drawing them. Just kind of did it. No, it just puts one at the origin, which is annoying. Let's see. Just always puts one there. Does this not need to happen right here? I know that we did this earlier, and I'm pretty sure that does need to happen. But I could be surprised. That gets rid of all of them. And then if I put this back, will that filter the right ones now? Kinda, almost, not really, no. It works sporadically, like, not really. So this clears them all because we're not regarding the previous state. Okay, and the previous state is something, what is this? The second to last one or the last one? I'm not sure which is the correct one. Is it the second to last one, or is it the last one? This is the second to last one here. So let's see. Oh, but I forgot. There we go. This is the filtering all of them except for the second to last one for the previous state. That almost looks right, except two of them went away at once. It's almost right. That means, yeah. Can we just pop it? Little popski. I mean, now that I know that it works. I think that returns the array item. You like pop it off, you know what I mean? Pop. That looks pretty good. Doesn't go all the way to the beginning though, that sucks. It's probably not popping enough. What was that S? Did that really work with that S there like that? Perhaps. Alright, here we go. Here's the test. So, circle, a little bit of radius, lots of color. That's a rectangle. Little radius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 1, nothing. 2, 2 are gone. 3, another 2 are gone. Another 2 are gone. Okay. Seems pretty clear what was happening there, hopefully. One is gone. 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 Yeah. There we go. It works. Sort of. It sort of works. Let me think of why it only sort of works. So, what I'm experiencing right now is that I have to press the thing twice to get it to work once. But then after that, it works fine. So, why? I guess. I disabled this. I don't think that's going to be it, but this will definitely help with some of the perceived non-responsiveness that I'm feeling as well. Yeah, it works great once I get that first one in. So, I'm just thinking this right here, very crudely. Just assign the state to the previous, or to the state history prior to manipulating it, so that the one that goes in there first is not the manipulated one. And that fixes it. There we go. Control Z. Very useful. As I'm sitting here, like, playing with this game that I made, I'm sitting here pressing Control Z, like, trying to undo these things. And now that I can actually do it, very powerful. Very powerful. Alright. Enough about how powerful it is. Because in the end, it doesn't matter. What matters is finishing the project. And this is one more step to finishing the project. So, yeah. Pats on the back. Let's go ahead and do what we got to do. Let's ritualistically commit this and close this GitHub issue. And then I might go have a drink later or something. Because I'm pretty happy about that. Not quite done yet, though. Not quite done yet. Not quite done yet. So, here's what I'm going to do. Here is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to define a variable up here. Actually, we'll do it in line here like this. Let holding control CTRL like that equals false. And then what we'll do is we'll have two events here, and then it will be how we handle our key down and key ups. So if we are already holding control and we introduce a Z, then we will call undo. And then on the key up, we will set holding control to false. And that should be how we handle Control Z. Before I was only pressing Z. Now, Control Z is fully implemented. Let's go with a rectangle filled in. And now, I can undo them. And I can honestly say that that feels good. That is what good user experience is all about. You see that? You see how it vanishes too? See that? It's like it evaporates. I didn't even mean to do that. That was not intentional. But that looks amazing. I love it so much. I wonder how it looks with a huge rectangle. First of all, yeah, we shouldn't be doing this, but we'll figure it out. All right, Control Z. That was not, that didn't look too good, to be honest. It really didn't. Oh well, whatever. What are you gonna do? Alright. So now, let's take a look at what we've done. Go ahead and discard that. That's nothing. Now I'm tempted to move this into its own control.js file, but I'm not going to do it right now because I got my eye on the prize. How long have we been going? How long has the stream been going? I'm about to check if nobody wants to, if nobody's here, I mean. But I just want to know how much longer I should go on this. Alright. Everything's great. I'm glad pop works, because you're not supposed to use pop, push, whatever, slice. I think you can use slice, but the other ones are considered to be not reactive. Reactive is not mutating a array in JavaScript, instead creating a new one and assigning it to the original variable. That's what you want to do in JavaScript, I think. But I mean, I don't want to mess with this. I want to keep it the way it is, because I just, when I see, I'm telling you, like, the way that it feels to undo that. Look, you can even hold it down, see? It's just, it feels so good to see them all just disappear. Whoosh. That feels good. I love that. Okay, enough about that. Okay, so I'm gonna do this right this time. I don't often remember to do this the correct way, but I will now. I'm gonna pull from my issues, Control Z undo, and I'm gonna put that in my commit like that, and then I'll commit, and then I'll take my commit. I'll do view on GitHub because I don't know any other way, and then I'll paste that as a comment, and then I'll close with the comment. And that's it. We got Control Z undo, which I just giddy about. I'm absolutely giddy about it. Anyway. Alright. How long have we been going on the stream? Let's see. 35 minutes? I think we're ready to do some more. What do you guys think? You guys want to see some more? Make some noise in the chat if you want to see some more. I'll make my own noise. I'll be the noise maker. Damn it, that wasn't the right button. Woo! And Twitch, I don't know what you do in Twitch. Where is everyone? LOL. Hello, hello, hello. Every time I'm on Twitch, except for one time, and actually last stream too, I think I did a better job of like advertising on Twitch. Something. But yeah, there was a lot more people, and it was pretty cool. And people were super nice, super supportive. We got a new follower. So, I shouldn't hate on Twitch. But man, sometimes it just feels like that John Travolta meme where it's like, from Pulp Fiction. Have you ever seen that one? I don't know. I was thinking about starting to cut up some of my old live streams. The ones where I was doing Python and all that stuff. Which, by the way, I intend to go back to that. This was just a study in three.js. I was thinking of taking those and making a mini-series out of them to show my month 5. It's only been 2 or 3 months since I've been starting 3D game development. I come a long way, I'll be honest. I learned so much. I learned about shaders, I learned about Blender, I learned about three.js. I even learned about some JavaScript stuff that I didn't know. I use JavaScript every day. So it's pretty cool to be able to take on this project that I wouldn't normally do. I learn all this stuff. And you know what? I got a web development project coming up soon too, and I am totally going to use three.js. I already know, I can already see it in my brain exactly what I'm going to do. And it's going to blow people's minds. I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait. It is going to blow your minds. Blow your minds. That's what's up. We're up to 3 likes on YouTube. Can we get up to 4 likes? Can we get up to 5 likes? 5 likes. I think we can do 5. I just want to be realistic with the goals. I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that we're going to get to 100 likes, 1,000 subs, going viral, all that. No. 5 likes, and then we'll reassess. 5 likes. Once we get to 5 likes, we'll reassess. As for now, let's look at our issues list and see what kind of nonsense we can get into. Right. So we have this file called events.js. And the intention of this file, the reason for its conception, was to store events and event-related variables. Mouse positions, things like that. But now, as far as the variables go, we want to maintain everything on state, our state variable. So we need to see if this issue retains compatibility with the current setup. So back here in main.js, we have these event listeners: key down, key up, click, and mouse move. And my suggestion, or my issue, is listed as move those to events.js, but I have a better idea. These are all control functions. Let's move them to a new file and call it controls.js. And I'm just going to jump into it without thinking too much about it. So what I said was controls.js. And I'm going to define a function that's going to initialize the controls. And remember, all of our functions in our functional programming are taking the state as an argument and changing it within the function, and then returning the state back to the main thread. So let's begin. Let's call our function init controls. And as all of our functions do, they take a single argument, state. And next thing we need to do is take the code from main, this right here, and just replace it with what will be our function call. And it will be state equals init controls passing in state. Just like that. And before we forget what we have in our clipboard here, let's move it over to controls and put it down. Now, here we have window holding control, which is not defined here. That's going to be our first problem that we can see. Now, this is a one-off variable right now. It's completely okay for us to store this external to our state. And it would be easier to do so because these event listeners, these functions that we're passing in for them, they're not going to have access to the state at the time they're being called. Or if we change them, we're not going to be able to assign it back to the main thread. The only chance that we get is here. So for simplicity, we're going to define a holding control variable just for that one variable to be defined outside of our state. Everything else looks good. We're just simply controlling that. Then we need to define our undo function. And I can almost guarantee that we'll need to be passing in state. Like that. But I can also almost guarantee that we're going to have an issue with scoping on this undo function. And that bothers me. But we'll see what we can do about it. We'll see what we can do about it. Guys, if you're new here, don't forget to like the stream. We're trying to get up to 5 likes. Last I checked, we were only at 3. I'm trying to set realistic goals here. 5 likes, I think, is a pretty realistic goal. Alright. So this is a stray. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. I'm gonna move away from this because fundamentally we want to maintain our direction. And we only really have two goals that we listed earlier. Right here, not that. Pay no attention to that. Here are our only two goals. Make a nice user experience and make shareable links for user retention and SEO. And while I know that there's a way to do this, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's show the latest of what we have. And then we'll pick an issue that more aligns with our goals that we have. Because I do have other stuff coming down the pike, and I really want to get this done. Alright. So we can add all these shapes here. That's obviously not exactly a circle. Another issue. I put that under user experience. We'll get to it. But now, we should be able to Control Z, although it's not working right now. That's unfortunate. It was literally just working. Right? What did I do? Did I leave something uncommitted? Or was that the previous code? Let's see. Seems to not be working. Have we got any errors or? Nope. Damn. What gives? Only work for rainbow colors or something? Might have to go back and see what went wrong there. Did I remove the event listeners from here? I did, but I thought I put them back. Right? I guess I could see if they... Here, hold on. I feel like it's doing something, but I didn't change anything. You know what I mean? That's nothing, right? Yeah, that's nothing. Let's see. I guess we'll do this walking it back thing just to get our sanity in check. Alright. So, we need to figure out if we're calling this function in the first place. So, we'll just do an alert. And that's where we'll start. Okay. And it works for points. Man, I was so... I know you guys saw that. Somebody did. Oh, look. See? I think that means it's time to stop soon. I think that means it's time to stop soon. Okay. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to take that as a sign, but yeah, it kind of seems like it, right? You guys saw that. I'm going to say maybe I had my fingers on the wrong mouse button. And I wasn't Control Z-ing properly. That's what I'll say. But okay, yeah. There you go. This is what we did earlier. Jeez, that wasn't supposed to take so long to freaking say that. Alright. Alright, what else we got in terms of the issues? Up. Subtracting pixels. This one's very important to me. Okay. So what we want to do is define a right-click event. which I don't think that's exactly, I don't think that's how you do it. I think I need to have a function that forks the two based on the which, there's event.which or event.key, either one. So based on one of those, I'm going to need to probably change the function. But I'm going to see if this context menu works, because it was suggested to me by Copilot earlier. And I just wanted to see. Alright, let's see. Where are we at with the YouTube stream? Are we at 5 likes yet? I don't know. It takes me forever to load anything. No. 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 We're still at 3 likes. I think it's a bad time to stream. I think we're gonna have to come back another time. It just didn't happen for this one, you know? It just didn't happen for this one. We can go a little bit longer. But based on my experience, my limited 3 months experience streaming, it's not going well. Guys, I'm dying out here. What can we do? Alright, subtracting pixels. So that's not the same as undoing. What we want to do is we want to take the section that we have previewed and then just kind of cut it out. Right? So that comes down to a function on shapes.js called addPoint. This is where it's going. I guess it goes even further to a function called addPeg. And that's here. So the function that is exposed on the outer layer is an instance of one of these draw functions, basically. There are 3 of them right now. Add point, add circle, and add rectangle. And this is where we're going to need to pass something in that tells us whether or not we're adding or removing the shape. So I suppose we could just pass in a last argument here called mode. And then we can just keep that going downstream. So we got the instance of the draw function, then the add point function, so we just have to remember the other draw functions. Okay, so for the add point function, we're passing in mode, and being that the argument before it has a default value, we also have to give this one a default value, because we can't have a default value argument and then one that's not a default. That's invalid, I believe. It is for most other languages. So I assume it's invalid here too. What's up? If you're new, guys, we're trying to get up to 5 likes, which is a nice realistic goal. Hit that like button, show us some love, and yeah, we're trying to get the word out there. Good programming practices. Programming is a giving tree. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. Okay. So, yeah, so we pass in mode now, and it's either going to be add or subtract. And that, I guess, we can just continue to pass that down here. But actually what we want to do, I think, is let's see, because we're taking the add point value and then we're putting it in this array right here. But instead of doing that, what we should do, and also we're gonna have trouble with this position is occupied here. That here, let's take care of that first. I don't want to run into this problem. I want to do this head on now. So the position is occupied. We're going to need to know the mode. So we're going to pass that in as well. Yeah, and I'm just, how many times do we have this reference in our? Only 5 in this file. That's fine. So yeah, where were we at adding the mode there? Yeah, add point. So in position is occupied, we're going to need to pass in mode again. Mode. And then we're just, if our mode is not equal to add, then we're going to return true. So what we can do is we can just do or mode is not equal to add, which will pass as true for that, because yeah, and I think it would work too, because it's either going to be occupied or it's not going to be occupied. And if it's not occupied, we want to, yeah, I don't think it, we don't care if we return true, because we're going to filter it in the same way. We're going to take the values from whatever we have in one array and filter the other array based on those values. What do we got here? Here's the optimization. Who cares? Da-da. Okay, cool. Not for me. How many likes are we up to on the stream? Let's see. Let's get that drum roll. Four likes. Let's go. 4 likes. We're almost to 5 likes. I can taste the 5 likes. It's right there. Probably shouldn't do that. I apologize for my behavior. Alright, so position is occupied. Yeah, so the mode add blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm just thinking about this. Yeah. Okay, we do have to go through all this. Okay, so or the mode is not equal to add. Yeah. Okay, and we were in add point. The add point function inside the actual function, which is, I passed it 3 times. I probably need a lot more coffee than I have right now. Coffee and likes on YouTube. And whatever I can get on Twitch. I I should study more about Twitch, honestly. Everybody's always so nice and supportive on Twitch. It's like having people just come in my bedroom and like, hey, what are you working on? Oh, it's 3.js, lite project. Oh, great, keep it up. Thank you. Oh, thank you for your support. That's how it is. It's very pleasant. It's like nice thing. Amand96, it's good to see you again. I think I've deduced that that is pronounced Amand based on new information that I have. Amand, we're trying to get to 5 likes on YouTube. We have realistic goals, and I think we can achieve them given that we're already at 4 likes. So, let's see. I'm refreshing right now. Still at 4 likes, but I think that we can achieve our realistic goal of 5 likes. How am I doing today? I'm doing absolutely splendid. We have solved 2 issues with the lite brite. One was one that I was working on yesterday. The add point for the rectangle when we have width and height of 1, which will just evaluate to a point. It wasn't returning the same color as the preview, and there's still this thing where it kind of still returns a but I think that's the color. I don't think that's anything. It was returning a different color. It looked terrible. And then I found out another issue, but anyway, we got that one solved. And then look at this. Check this out. Wait. Control Z, which I think right now I have to make it to where it will flag that as dirty afterwards. But look, check it out. And zap them off the board now. Your name is Amanda. Yeah, that's what I figured. Amanda. But you just abbreviated it for the I will call you Amanda, since you probably don't actually go by Amand. It's amazing to have you, Amanda. I am probably getting ready to end the stream soon. Yeah, I don't think it's realistic for me to finish this right now. I got to get back to my regular job. I might be able to come back later tonight, but I mentioned earlier that I have some exciting news I'm ready to share with you guys pretty soon. I just have to figure out how to frame it. I'll probably do like this announcement video. It's going to be pretty sweet, but it's going to kind of change a little bit of the way that we do things on stream and change what we're doing. I did want to get this lite brite game finished first, so that's what I'm going to try to really run and finish that soon. Twitch wasn't giving you the username as Amanda. What the hell, Twitch? What the hell, Twitch? I say that a lot. Ever since I've been on Twitch, I've been saying, what the hell, Twitch? But I was also mentioning earlier that there's a lot of really cool people on Twitch. And, yeah, I'm still on there. I'm still on there. I almost quit a lot of times, but I am still on there. All right. That's enough from me today. I think it's time for me to get back to my regular job. We have a new Discord. I posted the link earlier. I'll post it again. Yeah, I'll go ahead and post the Discord on the chat. Got the new Discord. Said that like 15 times. And then, yeah, that's it. I'll probably come on later tonight because I do want to get this finished. I'm going to solve a few more issues, and then we're going to try to get this published so you guys can start playing with it. That's part of the plan too, is get it in you guys' hands, and then we're going to discuss it on Discord, hopefully, if we can get more people in there. And then we're going to make changes live and see what other kind of cool things we could do with it. But for now, that's going to end this stream today. I think I'll see you guys later tonight. But stick around, check out the Discord, and I'll post there when I know when I'm about to update. All right. Peace out, guys. Peace out, guys. Bow now.